let's do this. Let's finish Kalimdor. The druids of the Talonbrach Glade have assisted us before. We're still unused to friendly Worgen, but our people are also familiar with the sorrows of curses and corruption. Sorrows I hope you can aid us with. There's a camp of deadwood fir bogs directly to the southwest. Corruption permeates the camp. Hang on, do I even hear this? Yeah, whatever. Permeates the camp, and I wish to put an end to it before they become a problem. The Deadwood tribe is evil, but it is the effects of fel that pollutes their minds. Their hostility is not truly an innate quality, yet they cannot be helped. We must kill more innocent furbogs. Donovan Snowden, dwarfwoman, is friend of the Timbermaw. We trade firewater. She's at Frostfire Hot Springs, through the cave. She needs help. I would prefer to do as much as we can to protect my people from the Deadwood tribe without slaughtering every last one of them. We've taken steps towards this before. Yeah, trust me, I know. Stupid, stupid Drizzle. I told him not to go. Just wanted to steal more honey from the Felpaw, you know, west of here. It's eat from the cliff. Anyway, I told him it was a dumb idea, but he went anyways, and the Deadwood tribe got him, and I don't know what they're going to do. Please find him. Even if he is a dummy, I don't want him to get eaten. I don't know. What's it worth to you? Here's what I should do. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Hi, Linnea Ruth. And I just pick up Lunarith and start cleaning the floor. Probably the former. I think the gameplay worked better on the latter. So. But the story was probably tighter in the former, even though it was more gross. You have found one of the Deadwood Furbog's ritual totems. The totem itself is a nondescript construction. A palpable sense of despair emanates from it. If there's any object that might best exemplify the corruption that the Deadwood Furbog suffer under, this item would be it. I actually had people complain that the second game was too PG, for lack of a better way to put that. And that, you know, screwed it over. I'm going to say I don't agree with that. But I do still think the first one was just written tighter. That would be nice, Jay Palmer. But that'll never happen now. Not with Ubisoft being eaten up by Tencent. God. Yes, Druid, can I assist you with? You walk peacefully, though there's surely something amiss. I sense something troubling. Ah, this totem. I recognize it as one of the Deadwoods, but it's thick with the stench of decay. Whatever foulness has turned our brethren against us is surely present in this object. You were wise to bring this to us, Zadreed. Perhaps through study and ritual we can uncover that which pollutes the minds of our brethren. Thank you. You're welcome. I mean, large-scale mergers like that take a while to go through. But there is nothing opposing it at the moment. What needs to happen, as awful as it sounds, is legislation needs to start getting involved. Like, I don't know what your equivalent is of the antitrust board in the EU. But they need to be like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. And, you know, block the sale, essentially. How can the EU not have any kind of antitrust agency? The US has one of those. And the US is one of the most pro-trust nations I know of. At least amongst the developing nations. I hear they're going to rename the US to Monopolies Are Us soon. Just add to the flavor of it, you know. It's all about branding. Did they chain up a child? Oh, I'm going to kill all of them. Which I guess I've already been doing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get caught. They grabbed me and put this chain on me and left me here. I can't move and my leg fell asleep and I'm hungry and the chieftain has the key. Please hurry. Don't leave me alone here. Bye. No, wait. Yes, Yura. I don't think I own Shinobi 3. Come to that. I'm assuming, based on context clues, that it's a Sega game. The only Sega games I own are on, like, the Switch or Steam. Did you get the key? Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm getting out of here right away. If Farrell sent you here, don't tell her I was crying. Vest of sobbing. I think I have one of those. By the way, if you missed it, those are the same furbogs who were playing a trick on us at the beginning of the zone. The kids. Since you have achieved victory. Such a hollow word, considering what had to be done. Regardless, you've proven worthy of trust. It may take some time before the Timberwall welcome you without hostility. Within the hold. Yeah, this is actually just straight up a vanilla quest. Which was a lead-in into the rep grind. But we don't have to do the rep grind anymore. The threat of corruption comes not only from the Deadwood Furbog to the south, but to the east, and the Winterfall. Wish to aid us further, talk to Sulfa. And yeah, there's the rep grind. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Why don't we get out of this nonsense hell? And into this one. Ah, so much better. Oh, it's so cute. Don't worry, look, I'm not gonna kill you. Here, come here. I got you. I got you. You're safe. Run free, little hare. We'll be right back. At least eat it? You're a god. Alright. Greetings, Druid. I stand guard here as both speaker for the Timbermaw and as defender of the tribe. Our Winterfall brethren here in this frigid land have fallen under the same corruptive sway of the Furbog. Of Felwood, excuse me. If you come here if you come here offering the Timbermaw Furbog's aid, we are ready to accept such offer. The Timbermaw tend to stay to themselves. While we try to allow safe passage that we trust, we try to avoid all other Furbog tribes if possible. The Winterfall tribe has become increasingly hostile towards us. They seem to be in a state of rage, completely engulfed in their own fear of hatred of everything they don't understand. Okay. Strange. Wonder what's up with them. Meantime, you know what I could really use? A gnome. Come here, gnome.
How's it going? You have a good day now.
Yes, Mr. Red. Just for you. I suppose I should empty my inventory, huh? I've been seeing how long I could go without, emptying it. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm not completely full yet. Let's let it ride for a little bit. Let's see how far we can go. I like their earthbind totems, don't they? This creature died, some sort of energy was released from its body. The energy passed to you, and now you feel stronger. That's creepy. According to Winterspring locals, Witch Doctor Maurari, oh my god, at the Snowden Chalet is an expert in the wildlife of the earth. She might know something about this. Oh, inventory is full. Right after. Okay, let's go ahead and be stuck in combat with an Earthbind totem. See, this is how vanilla would solve the problem of having terrible skyboxes. You can't even see the skybox.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
There we go. You know what? That's good enough. That's a perfectly sorted inventory, I would say.
Many.
Moving on.
Well,
I do like collecting new appearances I'll never use. Moonglade has a weird amount of bloom to it, and it really leans heavily on like that kind of teal, greenish look. So it just looks kind of meh. Whoops. Gosh darn it. Hang on, I'm in aggro with a totem. A few miles away. Allow me to demonstrate. See how that just kind of bathes everything in that kind of weird ambient glow? It's actually better than it used to be because the fog's been pushed back. Still not great. See, this is nowhere near Hoth for me, but, I mean, That's just preference. Or not preference. Biology, excuse me. Like, Hoth was just... Wow. Hoth, I think, is still the hardest to look at zone ever. And considering we're leaving Vanilla soon, we're probably not going to have any more issue with that in WoW. Like, I mentioned Kurthia, but even Kurthia doesn't look bad, you know? It may be a miserable hell spawn of death and destruction, where good questing and good zone design go to die. But at least it's not Hoth. Yeah, Winterspring is a weird one, because it's actually mostly like this light purple lavender color. It works for it, though. I'm really curious what we're going to think of Bastion when we get there. We can't stop talking about Shadowlands, can we? It's just where we're at. Okay, here's a question for you. Which zone in Dragonflight do you think will score the highest on visuals? Keeping in mind, by the time we get to Dragonflight, we'll be officially at the point where zones will get multiple, like more than 3 brickworks per zone kind of a thing. Because, you know, we'll be at the point of giving positives for subzones. Okay, other than the Emerald Dream. Sorry, that's a bit of a... I meant one of the leveling zones. So, no caverns either. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the first zone. So yeah, Waking Shores, Honor and Plains, Azure Span, or Theldraszus. One of those 4. Drop rates. Vanilla drop rates. My greatest and most trusted friend. Truly, you remind me that life is miserable. It is an endless sea of death and destruction. There's no hope, no joy, no peace. There's only vanilla drop rates. Hi.
Don't be shy. You be careful.
What do you this? You got the smell of echo on you. Let Mario see about your echo. What it do? Oh, you're lucky, Night Elf. The echo searched you out. Troll like me gotta go find the echo herself. All the creatures of Winterspring have echo. Quiverball, Chillwind, Shardtooth, even Ice Thistle. The kitties creatures sometimes get a bit of echo. Different creatures, different echo.
Bye-bye now.
Mario been making charms from the spirits of the wilds here for years now. Mario just plucked the echo right out of the animals. Make charms for the kids, the adventurers. Over to the east, there be a tall hill surrounded by sharp-hoofed bears. Up on them be Rheinpelt, oldest bear in the woods. Get that bear for a heart. You bring me the big heart.
Spirits be with you, man. Welcome.
Now to switch accents completely.
Off with you.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. I've discovered the secret of the fierce Winterfall.
Watch your back.
I came to Winterspring to investigate the hot springs, and as part of the Link quest back in Vanilla. I've noticed the waters seem to have strange qualities. I haven't been able to discover the source. To tell the truth, I've had some difficulty lately due to the Winterfall. They seem to be drawn to the springs just as I am. They become extremely protective of the water, won't let me come near it.
Be good.
You want me to go kill? Okay.
Keep your feet on the ground.
The aggression of the Winterfall has gone... It has to have its source somewhere. I'd like to get to the bottom of it if I can. I've seen the Furbog and the camps to the north brewing something in the cauldron. They seem to be very protective of it. If whatever they're cooking up is what's causing this, I must examine it myself. Yeah, it's just booze. It's just booze.
Off with you.
See, I'm kind of torn because... Oh, yeah, sure. Hang on. Let me answer my first statement. Waking Shores has a lot of different biomes, obviously. But, like... I don't know. Honor and Plains is a really, really well-designed plane. And the Azure Span has the Frost area and the Forest area. Theldraszus probably won't be... I noticed nobody's guessing that one, which I don't blame you. It's a really good mountainy area, but that's kind of all it's got going for it visually. So it's kind of really between Azure and Waking, I would say. Theldraszus also has the Titan stuff in it. You know, like Ulduar, but actually good looking. Heyo! Anyways, Look, I'm sorry. Uldor actually does look good. I should know. I gave it positives for it. But it's still Wrath textures. So what is brickwork? Brickwork is, of course, my terminology. Although I didn't invent it. Someone else did. I have no idea where I stole that term from. So forgive me. The idea of brickwork is it was intended to be a generic term to refer to all of the background stuff that helps visually tell a story. One moment. So, back in the day, this is 70s at this point, video games... yes, Triaxia. Video games didn't have brickwork, or sprite work, actually. You know, a lot of the design was just, here's a square area, and here's your obstacles, and here's your enemies, and you kind of knew what you were looking at, but there was no story axis. The story you would get from the cover, or from the manual, right? The reason you know that you're this person trying to escape from the prison in Yar's Revenge, for example, is because you read the manual. Nothing else indicates that, though. Nothing in the game informs the context of what you're doing, and context is functionally what story is. So, zero brickwork. By the time you got to Super Mario Bros. 1, one of the big things that that game did, which was shocking at the time, was it had brickwork. It was very, very, very basic, but it was there. You could see trees in the background. You could see sky. You could see clouds. The day-night cycle, which was a thing, if you remember, in Super Mario Bros. 1, was a thing. So you could get a conveyance of you traveling across the Mushroom Kingdom as you're trying to reach the evil Koopa King, who wasn't even named Bowser back then. And was, in fact, just straight up a demon, because 80s, am I right? Point being, that's what brickwork functionally is. All of the stuff in the background that helps to flesh out the setting, the place that you are currently at, and getting that across. Yeah, exactly. The very, very, very first Mario and Donkey Kong thing, in other words, Donkey Kong, the game, didn't actually have brickwork. There's some, like, construction-looking things, so maybe you're on a construction yard, but that's the extent of it. There's nothing past that. There's no context, no visual context. You don't know where you are, and you don't know what you're doing. Now, I have since divided that up into 5 different categories of overall visual storytelling. So brickwork is the one you hear me use most often. It's kind of just the generic background-y stuff, right? You just take in this shot right here. Almost everything on this screen right here is brickwork. In fact, actually, if you give me a second. Okay. Everything on this screen right now... oh, hang on. This one Winterfall guy is like, I'm gonna ruin your point here. Come over here and die over here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here and die. Come here and die. Come here and die. Woo. Thank you for dying. Okay, so. Alright. Everything on the screen right now is brickwork. The trees, the snow, the slopes, the textures, all that stuff. This is all brickwork, 100%. Now, the moment I turn my camera over here, we start to see doodads. Doodads is actually a term from Blizzard themselves. It's what they refer to all of the extra stuff you place on the map to make it feel more like a place, like these wicker baskets, or these little drums, or this little fire pit where they're cooking food. Yes, fog is absolutely a form of brickwork, as is weather effects in general. So all of this is doodads. It's often easy to think of doodads as the details that help flesh out an area, right? Generally speaking, you'll see better doodad design in towns because there's more like livable areas in towns, and players tend to spend a lot of time in there. But Blizzard especially tends to be very good about doodad design in general. If you remember, I actually gave a doodad positive to Tannerus, for example. So that's brickwork, that's doodads. The third one is sprite work. That's me. Hi. Sprite work is the front ground stuff. Mario in Super Mario Bros. Or Mega Man in Mega Man. Or the bosses, the robot bosses in Mega Man. That's the stuff that is, you know, context for who you are and what we're doing and why we're doing it. Sprite work's a tricky one, and I don't give a lot of positives for sprite work unless it's particularly excellent at doing what it's there to do. But it's the foreground, right? I did just say that, yes, by default. So that's brickwork, doodads, sprite work. Then there's visual storytelling. Now this is an interesting one. Brickwork sells a scene. Where are we right now? We're in the snowy forest. Cool. But visual storytelling is more like using something that specifically tells a story. I'm, of course, struggling to come up with an example right now because I'm an idiot. Okay, I've got it. Let's say you're playing a horror game. As you're progressing the horror thing, you see a corridor which is just covered in blood, okay? Now that's probably just brickwork. It's just there to help set the scene and set the mood. Cool. Let's say you go into another corridor. In this corridor, you see there's a specific streak of blood. And it's kind of going all the way along the side, and it goes up into this one vent. And the vent's just kind of dangling there open, and you see someone's arm dangling out of that vent. And that's a little thing, but that's visual storytelling. That is conveying story without words. All right, you high-five the arm flops out. And then the thing grabs you and eats you. You're dead. All right, roll a new character, Blair. No more bards. The last thing, I think, hang on, am I done? Hang on. Brickwork, doodads, sprite work, visual storytelling. Oh, yeah. The last thing is actually something I give extremely rarely, because it is an extremely rare thing. That is NPC set dressing. NPC set dressing is the positive I just gave 3 times over to Orgrimmar. It's the characters roaming around that help make the place feel more lived in, right? It's actually a much more recent development thing, because back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s, and even the early aughts, having the extra CPU cycles devoted towards having characters roam around was something you just couldn't do with the hardware that was available. So having, NPCs just living their lives and being part of the set, that's NPC set dressing. Oblivion's a good example of a game that has good NPC set dressing, for example. 1 moment, please. And that's all of them. All of that is the visual storytelling. Sorry for taking so long. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Inside the cauldron bubbles a rotting, repulsive smelling substance. The greenish substance inside the cauldron is putrid and viscous. No matter what it is, it doesn't seem to be good. It's booze. It's booze. That's true. That's a good example, Kira White Noise. The specific visual architecture of the ruins in question is almost always a good indicator of whose ruins those used to be. It could also be like a plot point, as weird as that sounds. To use an example, let's say that you're going through Ashenvale. There's a whole bunch of Night Elven ruins. That's not really visual storytelling. That's mostly just, what? Oh, I forgot to kill the guy. That's mostly just brickwork, because that's just set dressing. Yep, elven ruins everywhere. Got it. But let's say for a moment that amidst Ashenvale, all those elven ruins everywhere, all of a sudden you see Claxi ruins. Or Nerubian ruins. Now, you don't. That's a made-up example, but imagine if you did. That would be a... huh. And that's part of the point of visual storytelling, is it's supposed to catch your attention, make you think, and process what you're looking at.
How are you?
You got the bear? Let me see the bear.
Be good.
Oh, nice big cat. You'd be interested in Mari letting you know how to be getting the echo. No, I'm good, thank you.
Good to meet ya.
Alright then, you just take the bits here, don't matter. Cross your eyes, hold your thumbs to the sky, press real hard. This is very gross. What is happening here? The echo come out like that, just like that.
How you doing, man?
Okay, that's really gross.
Great to meet ya. Keep your feet on the ground.
Alright, so did you find anything at the Winterfall
Be
camp?
good. Watch your back.
They're big nose indeed. The stuff's much more like what you'd see at Fellwood than Winterspring.
Keep your feet on the
When
ground.
those toxic substances mix with the water from the hot springs, it loses its toxicity. only retaining its ability to temporarily affect those that ingest it. This must be why the Winterfall protect the hot springs so fervently. They need them to purify the firewater. And to stop this, cut off contact between the Winterfall and the Deadwood. Go kill the runner, who I actually just saw. I'll grab that quest real quick.
Be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab the winter runner before I lose him. Right there, yep. Booyaka. Mulgore got multiple brickwork positives, yes. It were very pretty. Ahem. The cauldron looked like it contained concentrated material. The Winterfall were diluting this stuff directly in the springs. Contamination could build up over time, and then dilution would be less and less effective. The spring to the northeast is boiled over with elementals. I thought it was because of the cataclysm, but their appearance could be a reaction to this. Could you go check them for corruption? Just kill a bunch of these elementals and see if they're corrupted. Hey, are you corrupted? Stab! 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 Tell me if you're corrupted or not. Stab! 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 Mr. Red, are you corrupted? Stab! It's true. Only corrupted elementals would say anything like that. Stab! 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 Turbo stunned there. Oh yeah, look at that inventory. It's even worse now, isn't it? It's like gone from being just mulch, you know, just like this giant pile of death, to being this very disorganized pile of death. Isn't it? It's beautiful. I'm so proud. I finally made a terrible inventory. Took me 20 years. Yeah, now it's inventory gore, exactly. EU4 players are looking at that like, what are you doing? Winterspring kind of wasn't much of a place back in the day. It was another nothing burger zone that most people avoided because there was just no real reason to come here. If you were leveling, that's what the West Plagues and the East Plagues were for. If you were really hurting for experience, you'd go to the Blasted Lands. Winterspring had the rep, but that was kind of it. There were a few tidbits of story here, but they were very threadbare, and every story arc that came through here ended very abruptly. For example, some of you who've done Sunken Temple back in the day may remember that the quest from there to help restore Aranicus actually came up here. And then stopped immediately and was never followed through on ever. It wasn't quite as devoid as something like Silithus, but there was just nothing here, really. No, the main reason people would come here is to grind the stupid rep. Did they now, J. Palmer? Well, I mean, okay, the Shade of Aranicus is still in Sunken Temple in Kata, if that's what you're asking. But no, is the answer to your question. They really did never follow through on that. Unless you're counting the Storm Rage novel, which we aren't, of course. Lord Aetherius says, hey, go kill Aranicus, but that's it. Jay Palmer. I even just double-checked, just to verify. He's apparently mentioned in Shadowlands. I didn't know that. And I do mean mentioned. He's actually literally listed as consort.
Hi. Off with you. Be good.
I wonder if consuming the substance makes them more aggressive. They do seem larger.
Keep your feet on the ground.
The Winterfell Firbark are not normally an aggressive tribe, and this change in their behavior leads me to think they must be under orders from their chief. We most likely can't undo the damage that's already been done, but if their leader is slain, they may not get worse.
Watch your back. Off with you. Keep your feet on the ground.
Oh god. Poor Aranicus. I did have his trinket for quite a while. Added a little bit of poison damage or something like that. It was a nice trinket for vanilla standards. At least early vanilla standards. The log you found on the High Chief looks extensive, but after looking through a couple of pages, you find you cannot read the text. The markings are so crude and poorly formed that you are not sure anyone would be able to read it. Let's find out. Yeah, I think so, Jay Palmer.
How are you? Be good.
Thank you so much. I hope to get back to my studies soon. Yeah, no studies for you.
Watch your back. Keep your feet on the ground.
The Winterfell are no longer a threat, but if you want to find out what was happening, I think you should stick out Kellic the Skykeeper. There's a druid who once worked to help to cleanse the Fellwood of the Emerald Circle. I can't do it. My tongue hurts right now. I know that sounds stupid. And I can't do a dwarven accent while my tongue hurts. You'll find him to the east at Lake Keltharil, where he spends his time recently.
Watch your back.
Just seeing if any of this is an upgrade. Only things that UGG at this point are upgrades. Yes, I suppose. Oh my god! Oh my god, look at my helmet. Look at my helmet. Yeah! I am amazing. Yeah, Magister. Thousand Needles is essentially agnostic. There's no real variance between the two sides. Aha! That was it, Jay Palmer. A 15-minute cooldown minor dot. I don't miss vanilla gear in several ways.
Peace be with you.
What is that you carry?
May the stars...
Yes, if you let me examine this for a while, I might be able to translate it for you. When I'm able to look over this fully, I'll send word. Thank you for sharing this with me. Yeah, sure.
Good luck, friend.
Yeah, I did too, actually. Well, as a paladin, I don't know if prod really existed back in the day.
Elune be with you.
Pity me, stranger. For all the highborn. Pity me, stranger, and all the highborn. For it was here our folly began. Our folly that cursed our children, and our children's children to this day.
Good luck, friend.
10,000 years ago, the highborn lived here in prosperity. We considered ourselves above the common ranks of the other night elves. With our every need met by magic and wealth, we led lives of indolence and amusement and greed. The spirits you see here are overwhelmed with remorse and regret. Their anguish chains them here. If you wish to learn more about Kelthoril and Zinmalor, free them from their agony.
May the stars guide you.
Sure, I can do that. Yeah, there was a shield, I want to say, which dropped with... oh, God, I don't remember the specifics. There was a piece of gear somewhere in vanilla, which could only be worn by classes that could not benefit from the stats that were on it. The crystal has returned. You must leave. Wait, what crystal? What are you talking about? So tired. Just want to rest. Relief at last. Might have been an agility shield. I'm not sure. I just remember a friend of mine specifically called it out as how ridiculous it was. Leave now. You do not deserve to suffer the crystal's wrath. Mr. Red, did you curse me with a crystal again? It's fine. It's whatever. At least you're doing better about it.
Greetings.
The crystal of Zinmalor was stolen from a far-off temple without remorse. Its ability to control the arcane was too tempting, and when it was toyed with, its shattering cursed us all. Kelthoril suffered until the Sundering destroyed it for good. The curse of Zinmalor binds all who seek its power here. I was the first to fall to its temptation. Thousands of years later, our long-lost descendants would be next.
Goddess, watch over you.
Not long after my death, the greed of my people would lead to their exile. A continent away, they would become Keldorai, High Elves. In Quel'Thalas, they would bathe in the power of their Sunwell and forget their legacy of desire and greed. These distant descendants returned here, drawn by the hand of fate, doomed to repeat history.
Elune, light your path. Can I assist you?
We were proud and noble. Our faith in the light protected us, and with the Sunwell we wanted for nothing. Because of that blindness, we came here to repeat the tragedy of history as our entire race would in time.
Be careful.
100 years ago, I and a small group of other High Elves traveled here. We sought the ancient mysteries of Kelthoril to find out why it was destroyed. We found fragments in the ice, shards of the crystal. The Archmage we accompanied did not take long to fall under the sway. In our foolishness, we noted too late. His spirit wanders the southeast, among those that he drove to madness, still clutching the memories of the precious shard.
Good luck, friend.
And yeah, this is actually a great progression of Night Elves to High Elves to Blood Elves. You don't understand. I had to study it. I had to. Perfect music choice, too. This is specifically the Cataclysm remix of the Dead song from Vanilla.
Greetings.
Maeonius was a powerful mage and an honorable elf. Spirit did not deserve such an ignoble fate.
Till next we meet.
We were shocked before we died. Shocked that one of our most noble and austere kind could descend into vicious obsession so quickly. We died as naive fools, the victims of our own blithe assumptions. The living would know that these events would play out yet again, both here and amongst the entire elven race with the fall of Quel'Thalas.
Good luck, friend.
Long after my death, my people would suffer an even greater mistake. The High Elves relied on the Sunwell and its glory. Never imagining a world without it, we would never make preparations to deal with such a fate. Later, when the Sunwell fell to the forces of undeath, what was left of my descendants would be lost and helpless, and the path they would take in response would change them forever. The Sindorai, still striving for redemption, would return here as well.
Be careful.
And here's Blood Elf.
Anaria Shola.
We were not as naive as our forefathers were. We were suspicious and cunning and ready for betrayal at every turn. Yet our greed and pride drove us to ruin once more. How many more will be lost to Kelthoril?
Keep your wits about you.
1 year ago. That would have been about during Wrath, or towards the latter end of Wrath, by the way. The legend of the Crystal of Zin Malor reached Silvermoon, and I led a group of the finest warriors and scholars available to this land. We brought ample mana crystals, so none of us would be tempted to taste the crystal itself. The crystal did not need our hunger to ruin us. Once in our possession, it warped all but me into wretched beasts. The wretched souls still wander, seeking more lives to chain to this lake. Will you give them mercy or flee to die on safer ground someday?
Time is of the essence.
And yeah, there's our 3 elves right there. I love even how they're standing, by the way. It's another little interesting visual touch. So what is the difference between High Elves and Highborn? So, Highborn are Night Elves. It's a class. It's like calling you a billionaire or nobility, right? The Highborn that traveled over to the Eastern Kingdoms and established Quel'Thalas there and built the Sunwell and all that. The Sunwell and its energies and time away from the rest of their land slowly warped them into being High Elves. And that's what a High Elf is. Blood Elves, as a reminder, are High Elves. Blood Elf is a political... I don't know what you're talking about, Master. Blood Elf is a political distinction, not a biological one. So all Blood Elves are High Elves, and all High Elves could be considered Blood Elves, biologically at least. No? Okay. I would not consider High Elves or Blood Elves to be Night Elves on any level, really. Way too far apart at this point. Millennia apart. Yes, Mr. Red. And Draenei.
Victory lies ahead.
The living Forest Rider who sent you here could not bear to see our fate. He ran. A wise decision. If one now holds the crystal of Zin Malor again, it will spell the doom of all around them. It should never have been reassembled. But now it'll be mine! Sorry.
Stay the course.
You've seen enough. Know that this crystal of Zin Malor brings only ruin to those around it. Leave this place if you do not wish to join us.
Hold your head high.
The Master would have you silent. Fear not, Zin Malor. It will never belong to another. Okay. Yeah, Velves are Helves and Void. And Snow. I wonder if I can throw snow at a bunny. Die, bunny. Die, bunny. There we go.
I am honored.
The Shade. Yes, I saw it too.
Go in
You
peace.
see, it spoke of a master, of one who holds Zin Malor. This is grave news. You must act. I saw the Shade fly off to the south. Take the path to the upper ruins and use, well, a quest that some people liked and some people hated. We're going to try to do this legit rather than just flying up there. Oop, hang on. There we go. Okay. Woo! First try. Yeah, there's satyrs, which are elves. There's fell elves, which are elves. Hang on, let's go down the list here. If they hit you, they go woo, and you go flying down the mountain to about here, I want to say. So hang on. So we've got dark trolls. That's where the line starts. Then we've got night elves. Then we have, from the night elves, satyrs, high elves, and Naga. and Nightborn. Then from the High Elves, we've got Blood Elves, which again is a political thing, Fell Elves, and Void Elves, and also technically Wretched. That's kind of a thing. I think that's actually it.
What brings you here?
They're all Xehanort, is what I'm trying to say. Find the shade. Was anything left?
Farewell.
Umbrance.
May the stars...
I've heard tales of Umbrance, though I've not met him in person. Rumor has it he's been collecting magical artifacts, though for what purpose I couldn't say. Best pass this information to a trusted ally. Nim the High Elf can be found in Everlook. Everlook, huh? Yeah, there's also the Withered. I was debating if I should count those. No, Void Elves are definitely changed by the fact that they are void. Oh yeah, I guess there's also Half Elves, but... eh. There's also the Sand Lane, which are an offshoot of Blood Elves. There's also Zastel the Keeper. Thank you, Zastel the Keeper, as always. I wasn't really thinking about the undead, because there's several undead versions of everything at this point. Zastel the Keeper. And if you want to put that towards up to 3 things, Zastel, please let me know.
How may I help?
Umbrance, I see. I'll carry this information to my people. You'll be contacted if you're needed. Oh, gee, thanks. Well, let's see what else we got in town while we're here. Food.
I got what you need.
Hey, here's a quest to go to the Blasted Lands.
Pleasure doing business with ya. Be good.
Or Silithus.
Glad I could help.
No.
What's up?
I specialize in 2 things. Making tiny things and making them blow up into huge things, and making huge things fit into itty-bitty places.
Hurry back!
Well,
I haven't got all day.
the 3 of us have been arguing for weeks over whose weapon are superior. I won't let anyone tell me my maces are second best. Kilrum's axes and Cyril's swords can never match pure strength in my craft. I'm tired of arguing. It's time to show these 2 I'm right with a demonstration. Head outside and tell Deez that I need the biggest boulder he can find.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
Okay.
Time is money,
Whoever
friend!
wants a boulder moved inside the observatory, huh? That's my business, Consolidated Materials. I usually don't get individual buyers, but hey, I ain't asking questions.
Glad I could help!
If you want to get a boulder in there, you can use my own boulder in a box. Normally I'd say you one up front, but I'm fresh out of materials. Earth elementals have been popping up in the peak south of town. They're a good source of rubble.
Keep it real!
Sure. Are you sure, Zastel? Okay. Remember, you can also pick a genre if you're just interested in a type of game. Like, I'd like to see more RPGs, or I want more dating sims. Dating sims are vetoed. Or I want whatever Mr. Red wants. What Mr. Red wants is also be vetoed. It's fine, it's fine. So, Fallout 4 got vetoed for a weird reason. Want more free time. Dude, if I could create more time, I'd probably already be doing it. Which is actually how time keeps moving forward. I've been creating time for years. You're welcome.
Talk to me!
You got the rubble?
Hurry back!
Looks like a good amount. Here's your pay, as promised.
Glad I could help! Hurry back!
Okay.
What do you require?
Here's your boulder in a box.
Goodbye.
He actually brought back the boulder. I'm a bit surprised.
Do not seek death.
Watch and weep. Hammers are best. Nothing beats the crushing power of my hammers.
What's beyond your mind?
Ha! Crude and clumsy as I see. Any more than the strength. Me axes are sharp as Lilith's, and me axes are just as strong as Lilith's maces, but so sharp I can cut through a tree in one chop. You heard me, one chop. A proven tool in front of everyone. Get these to get a tree in here.
Stay away from the voodoo.
Okay.
Time is money,
You want a
friend.
tree now? Okay.
Glad I could help.
I deal in small lumber plenty, but trees? That's a novelty item, kind of like those boulders. Tell you what, do me another favor. Just west of town, there's a grove of trees overlooking Lake Kelthrill. I don't know if it's just the spooks or all the elf magic, but we've been getting treants and lashers wandering around there from there recently. They're making it a real pain to chop wood, so chop some of them and bring the wood back from the treants.
Keep it real.
Okay. So why did Fallout 4 get vetoed? Well, you remember, the last time we streamed Fallout 4, we had no issues. Here as I can tell, that is a feature of luck more than anything else. Fallout 4 is made with the same general infrastructure and system usage that Starfield is. Starfield bricked one of my SSDs. This one, actually. So, it's possible, in fact, I would even go so far as to say it's likely, that Fallout 4 would cause us no issues. I think there's some specific things about Starfield which led to that incident happening. I am not willing to risk that. So. It was only a gig SSD. So it's only several $100s thrown out the window. Need to buff this person. Here, have a buff. What did I say? Out loud. Because yes, it's a terabyte. A gigabyte, that's... wow. Hello, Evo. How's that new gay? Sorry. Trying to get her to break the world record for most sorries in one stream. I remember having a 500 megabyte hard drive, so... Hi, Uthor.
Talk to me.
Show me the lumber.
Glad I could
Not a
help.
bad haul. Maybe we could look into growing those treants instead. Don't do that.
Keep it real.
Here you go. One instant super grow insta tree made with 80% natural ingredients. No roots, no muss, no fuss.
Hurry back.
Relax.
Oh my god, Uthor. I hope it does work out for you when you get there.
Be seen.
Alright, stand back. Watch what a true quality weapon can do.
You be careful, man.
Why flail around when all you need is just one chop?
Can I help you?
Brutes and amateurs. Doesn't matter how sharp or heavy your weapon is if all you're good for hacking like an ogre. I could go on and on about finesse and speed and balance and control, but it's easier just to one-up these fools. Tell them we got one more order for them. I need a block of ice.
Have a good one.
What's up?
Oh, it's you again. I'm so surprised.
Glad I could
Ice
help.
this time? Sure. I got good news and bad news. Good news is a bunch of ice over at the Ice Thistle Caverns. Bad news is there's also a bunch of Yetis there. If you can't handle Yeti, then hey, piece of cake. Just walk up to the bigger chunks and crack them open with your weapon.
Hurry back!
Okay. Whoop, whoop, hello. I am, in fact, a night elf. You can tell because I have awesome animations.
Time is money, friend. Hurry back.
My friends are always coming up with great ideas. I've never felt like I could match them. Until today, I drew up plans for something great. I promise not to tell. I'll let you in on the secret. I'm gonna make a mechanical Yeti. Hate these things. Not only are my friends gonna be freaked out when they see it, but once they get over that, I'm sure they'll be impressed. I need Yeti fur. Well, okay.
If
What else
you
do you
ever
need?
need anything,
A lot of goblins have been going missing out in Ice Thistle Hills. I was almost one of them. I had the idea to set up a sensor to tell us when Yeti were getting close. Of course, it's not working. There's Yeti all over the hills, and I haven't heard a peep. Can you check on it for me? Echo 3 is up on the South Hill. Don't ask what happened to Echo 1 and 2.
keep it real. Pleasure doing business with
Can't
ya.
make a Yeti without horns. I've been looking for what seems like forever for a perfect set of horns, and no horn I find is good enough. But the other day I saw the biggest Yeti in Winterspring. I can name him Ice Womp. His horns are the ones I've been looking for. He lurks all the way at the back of the cave. Bring me his horns. Oh, and check Echo 3 on the way.
Hurry back.
Ah, high elf models in vanilla. If you can call those models. So. Yeah, no, I'd probably turn several of my blood elves into night elves if I could just ignore the faction system completely and still be on the horde. Or more accurately, you know, ignore the faction system completely and just be a player. I know. That is never happening. That's fine. I've long since gotten used to that. I'm just saying, if I could, I would, because night elves look really cool. They have great casting animations, fantastic melee animations. Like, they are much better melees. See? There's 2 sorries already. Come on. Yeah, the asterisk is, of course, just make a Nightborn. But I've already got a Nightborn. I don't want another Nightborn. I can't remember. I was gonna say something. Here's Echo 3. Echo 3 to base. Echo 3 to base. Part of this machine is still moving, but on closer inspection it's been severely manhandled. The metal is dented and cracked in these huge hoof prints. In fact, it sounds like something's approaching right now. Ah! So, you like, you know, Empire Strikes Back references, right? Because I do. What's interesting is these quests are actually really well designed, regardless of being a reference. Because this then puts you right in the back of the cave, where the boss is that you need to kill. This way there's no backtracking. Rather than going into the cave and then out, you just go out of the cave. And on the way out, you get the rest of the Yetis you need. So, good design. Winterspring has been weirdly good so far. And then again, Fellwood was really solid. I was shocked at how good Fellwood was. Fellwood and Thousand Needles both surprised me. Especially after Ashenvale was kind of a dud. Okay, so my magical senses are telling me there's no music playing in this cave. So why don't we fix that? I mean, it's underwater. Flooded. Does that count, Jay Palmer? Damn right I do, Evo. This one specifically is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, one of the best 2D platformers ever made. I mean, there's the speed barge, J. Palmer, but they're in the middle of being attacked by pirates, so they're not really doing a lot of racing. Oh no, it didn't. Oh, that's hysterical. Alright. It's time to do something I've been hesitating to do this entire time. Time to sneak by as a cat. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Now, it's funny you say that, because the actual statement there, if you'll forgive me for being bold, is that Japanese game music tends to be legit. Very consistently. Like, Nintendo stuff, Mega Man stuff, Sega stuff. Sorry, I was just confused by it. Ace Combat, Dragon Quest, you get it. You're probably wondering, well, what's the consistency? Well, the answer is actually really, really dumb. Japanese composers have a completely separate culture from what I've seen of most other composers, especially in the professional scene. They just approach their jobs differently, you know. And, well, if I can be frank, I think the results do actually speak for themselves. Now, I do kind of wish that they would take it a little bit more easy, because a lot of them tend to work themselves into early retirements. Unless their name is Uematsu and they keep recording music until they're like, however old he currently is. But several Japanese composers have been like, have essentially burned out making some really good soundtracks and then just walking away from the business. Like, yeah, I'm good. Devil May Cry, that's another example. Capcom example. Ah! Where did you come from? Yeah, exactly. Japanese work culture is just kind of terrible. Wait, did I seriously not? Okay. Now I need to figure out what's going on with Uthor's question. Let me pull up the spreadsheet. While that's loading. Wow. 2 kills in a row with no drops in a cataquest? That's weird. I should mention, by the way, that the music playing right now is from a, I believe, British, specifically, composer. It's British or United States, I forget which. But either way, not Japanese. Uematsu is 65. That's actually a lot younger than I thought. He looks so much older than that. No, red means hostile, as you can see over there. Okay. Jedi. There's Jedi Fallen Order, there's Jedi Survivor. I'm afraid you're on crack, Uthor. Let's check the website. Hang on, let's do our due diligence here. Nope, there's Jedi Fallen Order, and there's Jedi Survivor. Crack be had, Uthor. Congrats. So what's it taste like? Like, I've been wondering.
Yeah, what do you want? Have a good one.
I got lots to get started on here. Give me those furs, please.
Be careful out there.
These furs are great. Oh, we're off to a great start here.
Be good. Glad I can
Oh, I
help.
can't wait to show my friends. Wait just a moment while I attach the ears. Perfect.
Keep it real.
It's all ready. Now, I told my friend Lagaki I have a special surprise for her after you come in. I'm gonna give you the mechanical Yeti. You get the honor of using it to surprise her.
If you ever need anything.
Okay. Hey, Lagaki. Boo. Ah!
Welcome, friend.
I believe there's a second roll. I don't remember if it's even visible or not, if you get a time.
Interesting. Have a good one.
Ha! She'll think twice before this makes fun of my ideas again. Thanks for the help. Yeah, sure.
Keep it real.
Oh yeah, Evo. And I lost Evo. Oh well.
Yo!
Oh, you're back. How were the Yetis?
Keep it real.
Not bad. Let's hope they don't ask for lava or something next time.
Glad I could help.
Alright, one high-quality, pure-grade instant ice block. I tried selling these to people for protection for a while. You know, like, could you trick... like that trick the mages pull, you know? Couldn't figure out the whole breathing thing, though.
Right back.
Uh-huh.
Greetings.
Ah, you're back.
Be careful.
Perfect. Now you see what really matters in a weapon is finesse.
For the Alliance.
What you two are lacking is control. Right.
Talk to me.
You've been pretty busy around here. If you're eager to do good deeds or just get paid, I got something that might interest in you. Starfall Village is just northwest of Everlook. The Night Elves there recently suffered a pretty nasty bug infestation. Okay.
Keep it real.
Oh, so I was right. There is a second invisible roll.
Hello.
You don't see it, of course, but it's there. We have isolated Umbrance's position here in Winterspring. It is as I suspected. Umbrance is at Mazthru, the cavern that once belonged to the Blue Dragon's Light. My mother, Hala, will greet you there. She's stationed outside the caves. Yeah, we're gonna go north first.
Careful.
Listen, we're available to whoever, as long as they got the goods. You got the gold, we got the services.
Greeting.
Welcome to Starfall. We have opened our doors to all travelers in our time of need.
Go in peace. Del not.
The infestation of our barrow den occurred nearly overnight. Vicious creatures never seen before in these lands swarmed the tunnels, hatching from unseen eggs. With the help of us here, it was all we could do to keep them from spreading outside the den. We were forced to hire goblins from Everlook that claimed expertise in extermination, but they have not yet been successful.
Farewell.
Luckily, when the infestation occurred, no druids were slumbering in the western barrow den. It's still a sacred site to us, however, and the depths hold blessed relics, kept undisturbed for ages. While I am somewhat trusting of goblin exterminators, I'm also familiar with their habits of their race. Please retrieve any relics you can.
Good luck, friend.
Of course the Horde can do quests. Nobody believes me when I say that zones just kind of become side agnostic after a certain point. Nobody listens to me. I'm sitting over screaming to the wind. Everyone's like, hey, did you hear anything? No. Hey, did you know Lore has a website? Why? Why didn't anybody tell me? Every now and again, I'll still get a question whose answer is the website. Which is why that stupid link on both the bot and that emote on Twitch are still a thing. Because it just kind of keeps poking out. Every now and again, it's getting more rare. It's getting more rare. Me too, actually, as Miristar. And not just because of the obvious reason. Looks like there is no Starfield. in WoW. I'm so sorry.
Don't waste my time.
My family's been clearing out swarms for years. Not that we're above a bit of hired help.
Go, go!
Oh, good. Another warm body. Hope that elk there didn't bore you to death. We got a lot of bugs to kill.
Hit the road. On your way.
I got no clue where these bugs came from. Best guess is the cataclysm stirred some underground nest we never knew about. No use getting distracted with that when they need killing, though.
Move it. Careful out there.
My fellow siblings are already further down in the den trying to deal with these bugs, and they're starting to get overwhelmed. I'd say it's time to gas the place. Take these fumigators. Don't go send them off yourself. It takes a highly trained professional and proper timing. Just find my sisters and pass them out. Rima should be in position near the entrance. Head down the corridor and keep to your right.
Go, go!
Yeah, you ever want to really, really be horrified? Think about how many things live under the surface of the Earth in giant, endless pathways and tunnels. Or don't. Don't think about it at all. Think about nice things, you know? Like kittens. I like kittens. Hey, Oculus. I hope you have a good holiday season. Yeah, there's a series of caves off the coast of California that I've been into. I forget what they're called. Someone probably knows. I should mention at this point that I have a mild form of claustrophobia. For no particular reason. Look, if you don't have a good holiday season, Oculus, then I'm going to have to keep streaming, just to keep you distracted. Do you really want me to just keep streaming forever? Is that what you want? Be honest. God damn it. What causes claustrophobia? Something being wrong with your brain. Or my brain, I guess.
Well,
in this
spit
case.
it out.
Might be about around Carlsbad. That sounds right. Yeah, the ocean's another one for me. Again, mild. Like, I still have a degree of mental control of both of those. There are two other ones I'm not even going to say out loud because I actually don't want to think about them. Because they've been getting worse as I've been getting older. Well, that's not true. One of them's getting worse. But the one that's been getting better, which is just weird, is my arachnophobia. Like, I'm a lot better about that than I used to be. Which expansions did I play when they were current? Yes. There's no such thing as an expansion of WoW I haven't played while it was current. No, I played Shadowlands while it was current. We got all the way through the launch content, and then we were like, alright, we're good. Like, pretty much stopped in the middle of it. I mean, Subnautica is straight up a horror game, so don't blame. It's a great horror game with a lackluster outro. Yeah, the launch content was, you got the initial zones. The Covenant campaign wasn't even fully in yet, because that was time-gated. So, there was the 4 zones. And I guess that's actually it, really.
Yeah.
We're bringing out the bug spray, huh? I guess it can't be helped.
Catch you on the flip side.
I'm gonna start setting this up. Next one down is Marcy, further down the dead.
Have
Yeah,
a
let
good
me just
one.
go down the place I just came from. Yeah, I remember seeing that picture of yours, Bergman. Yeah, we can do world quests. I like doing world quests, right? I actually don't mind doing world quests, but I've noticed that I prefer them more nowadays. And the only real concrete reason I could give for that is I just think they're better world quests. You know, better designed, more fun to do.
What's the word on the street? Glad I could help.
Fumigators, jeez.
Keep it real.
You'd think Reno could accept more than a single night elf down here. Ah, that freeloader. I'm gonna set this up, head north, and find Santa. She's probably gotten herself lost in the last chamber.
See you around, friend.
I am sorry, Atlas. I know, it doesn't help, and I know, nothing changes it, but I am sorry. Evo, you're there. Evo. I have to keep streaming. That's... The hard reality of it is that death sucks. Right? And there's only so many things you can do about that. And what it really boils down to is you can keep going or you can stop. So I think you'll be very proud of me, Evo. I have taken all of your lessons to heart. I think I may have even surpassed the master. Behold my inventory! Okay, it's not actually as bad as it was earlier, because I've gotten more crap since then. Let me get out of this area.
Yo.
What are you doing here?
Don't be a stranger.
Reno sent you in. You brought fumigators. Ugh.
Be careful out.
Say that. Do you like meat? Even better, do you like money? I got a second cousin who's making a killing in the frozen meat business. He set up a smoking pit. Oh, God, I miss smoking. Not like that.
Keep your ear to
I'll
the
explain.
ground.
It's really easy to explain. Hang on, let me get out of this stupid barrow den first. What? Oh, here we go. Missed it. Yeah, it does, Clone. No. I'll explain what I mean by smoking. No, I'm actually allergic to nicotine. And, like, deathly allergic to marijuana. So neither of those are ever happening. It's actually been a rule of mine for an extremely long time. I'm cool with being a roommate with you, and I'm extremely tolerant of a lot of things. But if you smoke, no.
Makes sense.
Nice work. You want to come kill some more bugs for absolutely no additional reward, please feel free.
On your way.
Alright. Exactly, Yura. More or less literally. Like, I try to emphasize, I don't really have anything against you, it's just I can't be anywhere near you while you're doing it, because of biological reasons.
Many
Are you ready?
for a friend of the Grummles.
Oh yeah! There it is. Behold the beauty of inventory gore. Look at it. There's just random holes everywhere. No rhyme, no reason, no nothing. This is what Evo's bags unironically look like. Something she doesn't do, which drives me bonkers, by the way. You've probably seen me be doing this the entire playthrough so far. The moment I get a piece of gear, first thing I do is I check it, see, is that an upgrade? And immediately after turning in the quest that gets it, I'll pop this open, put on the piece of gear, and then close this, just like this. Boop. Just like that. She doesn't do that. She just lets it pile up. And then she has to go through like this. Like, okay, is that good? Is that good? Okay, is that good? Is that... Okay, hang on. Good for those, speed witch. Okay, is that good? Hang on, is this good? I can just get rid of this too already. Is this good?
Peace be with you. May the stars guide you.
Yeah, I kind of feel you on that, Oculus. I was in jail during Christmas. That's not trying to one-up. I'm just stating that I don't have particularly fond memories of Christmas either. So this... For what? Nothing, as it happens. I was innocent. This is a smoker. Although this is, of course, a Warcraft smoker. Get a fire pit. You get the food laid out in front of it, and you cook it through smoking. This is smoking. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to have an epileptic fit if I don't sell all this crap in my inventory. Now that is more like it.
See you later.
Do I like Serrano ham? I think so. Serrano ham. Let me look that up. Yes, I do.
What's up?
Hey, make sure not to walk into that smoker. The last unfortunate night elf to do it didn't survive the heat. That poor, delicious night elf.
Glad I could help.
Look around you. You're looking at the largest goblin-owned hunting reserve in Kalimdor. I got the licenses to shoot and eat everything that walks on the snow from here to Everlook. And let me tell you, they're good eating.
Hurry back.
Okay, can I just complain really quick about this? Very, very minorly. So I like this whole quest chain and it's fun. But the implication is very clear that all of these people are totally cool and free to hunt and kill on Night Elven land, because this is functionally Night Elven land. But if, you know, the orcs down at Orgrimmar want to go, like, trade for resources from Ashenvale, they can suck a lemon. Anyways. How could you put Gouda over there? Ah!
Time is money, friend.
Which morale ratio is the most overpowered? Human. No question.
Keep it real.
Oh, the necks smell great. My smoked meats get top dollar. And nobody else provides the exotic flavors I got out here in the hills. And it's efficient. You just do the hunting for a small fee. My other fine friends drag the beasts back here for skinning and smoking. I got the market cornered on frost saber meat right now. Absolutely delicious stuff. Makes great sausages. Head out there and hunt those cats just west here. We'll call it a start. Yeah, by the way, this is essentially a Nessingwary quest chain, if you didn't catch this.
Keep it real.
I don't even have a very discerning palate, but even I can't stand the taste of those chimeras you find around here. Now, they're eggs. Different story. Chimera eggs are the richest, most buttery eggs you'll find this side of Orgrimmar. Way better than boring owl eggs, and not as sulfurous as those weird wildkin eggs. Sulfurous? I'll take as many of them as you can gather. Okay.
Glad I could help.
Good day to you.
I've been eating owls my whole life. Owls is good eating. And my friend Jez agrees. I was the first one that told him to sell owl. Mr. Fancy Pants Wargainer says bears taste better, but don't pay him no mind. You should go hunt yourself some owl. There's plenty wandering south of here. Stick to the gray ones for now. Buzzing me up a little talky thing. Just when you gave up, yeah, we racked up quite a few.
See you later.
Oi!
Have you ever had the luxury of trying bear meat? I never had the chance to try it in Gilneas, but the bears here are simply exquisite. The shard-toothed bears that roam to the south are well marbled with fat from the cold here. I've been hunting them myself, and it's quite a lark, but I much prefer eating them. I recommend you try your hand at the hunt.
We are bound by a common enemy.
I'm getting vaguely hungry doing this quest. I need to eat owls, and bears, and cats! Frost saber cats. I wonder what bear tastes like in real life. We've talked about this before. Everything in Azeroth is delicious. But in real life, most meat is not. It's like, eh. You don't want to eat bear in real life, right? That's just, eh. Hello, Czar. We are definitely not eating bear. I mean, I'm sure at some point in history someone's eaten everything, right? That's true, Jay Palmer. Well, plus... Oh, God. I'm trying to think of how we talked about it. One of my old biology teachers used to explain why we use herbivores instead of carnivores for meat as a decision that was just math. And it was a math decision that was made, you know, thousands of years ago. You could take grass into, you know, herbivore into meat, or you could take grass into meat. And that was it. He described it as just a basic math problem. I have no idea if that's true or not. It's just something that's stuck with me ever since for some reason. Probably. Unless you're eating pig. Don't eat pig if you don't know what you're doing. There's a reason that was forbidden for so long. And there's fish. Everyone loves fish. I wonder what owls taste like. I wonder if I could, like, watch Harry Potter and then, like, summon Hedwig out of the film and then just... Food weight conversion. That sounds about right. See, what we really need is to eat bugs. No, I'd rather die. Hedwig was a demon. Oh, man. What does demon taste like? Now, this is interesting, because if you remember, BC actually had several demon food quests. And pretty much every single one of them universally said that demons taste terrible. I find that funny, because in my mind, you'd think Fel would actually taste really good. Like, unnaturally good. Like, unhealthily good. It would be the equivalent of eating just straight up, like, frosting. Not a cupcake, just frosting. Now, I live in the United States. I have tried a very boring amount of animals in my life for food. Oh, that could actually be even worse, Blades of All. What if Fell tastes like whatever's life was burned to make it? Yeah, I've never had snake. I've never had donkey, horse. I'm trying to think of non-standard meat that people eat. I've never had boar. I've had duck once, ever. I've had bison a couple of times. I've never had gator. I don't think I've had any variety of lizard. Never had shark. Thought I had shark, but it turns out I actually had swordfish. Very different. I have had lamb a couple of times, but almost every time I try to get lamb thereafter, it has really weird slivers of bone in it, which has completely ruined it for me. I've never had frog. I've never had snails. I'm telling you, I'm really boring. Of course my face is blurry. I'm this tiny little thing over here in the corner, Linerith. Actually, I did you boy twice, but near as I can tell, that was on my original account, which I have since lost. So, I can't even show it to you. Like, if I pull up my mounts right now, it won't be there. Yeah, see? Oh, never mind. There it is. Ignore me. Apparently I just had to be on Alliance. Sure, whatever. That's a good point. I could zoom in even more on my face. Alright, so anyways, as I was saying. Yeah, the Raptor was never really cool. I like this thing better. Yep, I am now in low Earth orbit. What seafood have I tried that I couldn't anymore? Well, okay, by technical definition, yes. But I know what you're asking. I didn't care for squid or octopus, really. Neither of those really worked for me. What else? Yeah, I didn't like oysters. I didn't like mussels. Or clams. Although, that's not quite true. I do like a good clam chowder. It's been a long time. Like a really, really long time. I haven't had clam chowder since the surgery. Yes, this is one of my beard hairs that you're staring at on screen right here. That's what it is. I have had a tremendous amount of different types of fish. There's probably fish I haven't eaten because there's probably just billions of fish out there. But alright, next stop. Don't stop now. We're going for the big ones next. Alright, kid. This all's nice and good, but further to the west you'll find much bigger kitties. The Pride Watchers and Huntresses have a lot more muscle on them, and it makes amazing burger patties. They sell like crazy. Okay, let's just go kill a bunch of tigers. What does tiger taste like? I have had salmon, I have had tuna, I've had tilapia. Tilapia's a normal one. I've had swordfish, I already mentioned that. I've had catfish. I didn't like catfish so much. I know it's a big favorite of several people, but wasn't a thing for me, even before the surgery. Oh gosh, what else? A lot of different types of fish when I was in Maui. It's hard like a rock. Is this even an egg? That's a good question. Barramundi. I think I've had that, yes. Hang on. Yes, Mr. Red. I've been inside Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Sex joke. Don't worry, he was the bottom. Look, I'm sorry, a big burly guy like that, he's a catcher, not a pitcher. What are you talking about? I'm just zoomed in more, Yura. That's all. Well, think about it very carefully. Wait, do you know what baseball is? Let me explain baseball to you. So you see, there's this thing where you have to hit this thing with a ball. You gotta be very careful with your balls, otherwise your balls are gonna hit by the other guy, and you don't want that. Alright, what did we have over at Maui? Let's see here. Have I ever enjoyed a baseball video game? Ooh, good question. Change of subject. Can we think of good sports games of like each sport? So let's start with baseball, because that's the one Yura started with. Okay, baseball. I've played quite a few, especially back in the older days, like NES and SNES era. But I'm having trouble thinking of any. Oh yeah, by the way, ahi is another fish I've had. Beef is football, that doesn't count. Also, lol at what ended up happening with that, but I don't want to get into that. That's funny, pure white noise. Yeah, no, I don't think I can think of a particular baseball game that I count really good. Now, I feel like I've played a couple of Nintendo ones, but I can't think of, like, anything other than the basic stuff. Have we ever had, like, a proper Nintendo baseball game? Wii Sports. Hey! There were several Mario baseball games, but I don't remember... Two good baseball games. Hit us, Loke. What do you got? Racing does, in fact, count as a sport, yes. Punch-Out's amazing, but we're not up to boxing yet. We're still on baseball. Beautiful. I'm going to watch the captain drag this all back now, and it's a gorgeous sight. All right, next course. Time for the big kill. Shiro Tom lurks in the north, largest lacrosse saber of them all. You should feel honored. There's no fiercer game for 100 to match your skills against. And if you saw the cash I'm being offered by gourmands and want a piece of this fellow, your eyes would pop out. Actually, yeah, think about how much meat a single tiger would contain. Like, and if you're looking at me weird, think about how much meat a pig contains. I'll give you a hint. It's a frickin' lot. You can get a huge amount of meat out of a pig. You know, tigers are huge. Is this just the grind? Yeah, it's just the grind. Hey, dude. Yeah, I'm exalted. Bye. What? But no, bye. Okay. I have my mount, boy. Lions. Yeah. You know my favorite take on that in media? Shere Khan in Jungle Book. He's just the head of the kingdom. Or the head of the jungle. Because he is just that terrifying.
Yo! Hurry back!
Amazing, kid. You're a cut above. Went through about 5 different contracted hunters trying to get that cat. Well, we found 2 of them after the captain got the course, but let's not dwell on that. There's our steak.
Keep it real! Glad I could help!
Hey, this is go great with a little bear bacon. Got any bear meat left over there? Bear bacon? Really? You just... okay.
Hurry back!
Oh, I actually know what you're talking about. Okay, so we're up to 2. Whatever you say, Huthor. Wink, wink. But no, for real. So that's bacon. Jesus Christ, Lord. That's baseball. Let's get the easy one out of the way. Racing. There's lots of good racing games. If I had to pick per each of the racing subgenres, honestly, even to this day, I would probably go ahead and go with Gran Turismo 3, I think it was. The one on the PS2. For the simulator racing games. There's been Gran Turismo since then, but frankly, that was a very, very good simulator racing game. Like, holds up weirdly well to this day. Now, Bonkers, I think we could all just give that to Mario Kart 8 and move on. So, that just leaves us with the middle ground, which is the arcades racers. That I think we're going to have some competition, because there's a lot of good arcade racers. Yeah, we got Forza, we've got Burnout. We've got the other one I can't think of the name of off the top of my head. Oh my god. The Crew. Yeah, I actually really like The Crew. Need for Speed. Thank you. That was the other one I was thinking of. Yeah, we got like Need for Speed. We got Burnout. We've got Forza. We've got The Crew. Aw, see you around, Evo. Have fun with D&D. Or else. Remember, don't eat bear meat. Splendid, splendid. I've been watching the captain bring bear after bear to the camp, and I can't wait to see them thrown on the smoker. Perhaps I'll have a taste of them raw. Okay, sure thing, werewolf. Many find the meat of the shard-toothed bear is too gamey for their taste. I disagree, though I'm not one to judge the taste of others. The shard-toothed maulers, however, their brown-furred cousins, have much more tender flesh, particularly in the paws. Oh, I want to kill the bears and eat their paws. Okay. Oh yeah, hey Huthor, real quick. Is Blender still like the go-to default place to start doing 3D rendering and modeling? Asking for a friend whose name is Evo, who's in chat right now. Captain been bringing back bags full of owl, and I can't wait to try it. Maybe Mr. Fancy Pants here will even try some. Them smaller owls sure are tasty. But Good Grub says there's the bigger ones even further south. Screechers. Folks around here call them. They make a heck of a noise when you tussle with them. But he says they're the best owls he's ever tasted or sold, and I believe him. Why don't you go rustle some of those up while I keep arguing with him? Okay, there you go. So, yes. So, can confirm. Blender good. I mean, that wouldn't be the only, non-professional option that's better than the professional options. One of these days, I really am just going to learn DaVinci and walk away from Photoshop, sorry, not Photoshop, Premiere entirely. Is it user-friendly? I'm going to let Huthor answer that one. I have used Blender. Ugh, cough attack, excuse me. Ugh. Anyways, I used Blender years and years and years ago, though. That's where my Star Trek intros came from. I know you know that, Huthor, but I'm sharing for everyone else. Ugh. Or Evo, not Huthor. Whichever one you are. Names are just a construct. Ugh. Granted, what I did in Blender was incredibly simple. Just needed a 3D skybox, a model, and a bit of lighting. And then, like, just, you know, some movement of both model and camera. And that's it. Actually, real talk. Kay was talking to me about this. The most complex thing he had to do for that was setting up the camera in the DS9 one. When it's first approaching DS9 itself. He apparently had to do this really wonky thing where he had the camera attached to the shuttle, the runabout, and then, like, had it basically pass the camera to a completely other camera track. It was really cool. I mean, it looked great. He did such a good job with that. I need to get back into Blender. I haven't used it for anything forever. Okay, so we've got racing games. We've got baseball. Best football game. Mario Strikers on the GameCube. Okay, so now let's move on to best American football game. See you around, Oculus. Take care, dude. American football. People who praise Tecmo Bowl do so because it's a meme, not because it's a particularly good game. What, Blood Bowl? I never actually played NFL Blitz, but I heard good things about it. And this is going to sound weird, but once upon a time, the Madden series was actually pretty legit. It hasn't been since, like, God, like the 15 years ago at this point? Like, mid-aughts. Base. Or, sorry, what? Pillars just now? No, you gotta share it right now, Valerian. I'm ready. Let's share it in front of everybody. Out in front of class, sir. Okay. Oop. These really are just nesting requests. It's just kill 15 of different things. That's just my life. He hasn't DM'd me anything yet. Oh, by the way, if you whisper me on Twitch, I can't receive that. Oh my god! Did you know Madden is actually Hitler? Wait. Oh, sorry. Bitler. I completely misread that. I apologize. Bitler is Hitler's lesser-known cousin. He was actually a soapbox driver, right? Make your own race car, and then you race it down the hill. Yep, Adolf Hitler. He wanted to prove that the Germans were the superior racers. let myself out. Wait, I'm in the vastness of space already. There's not really an out here. Oh, you gotta try some of this. These maulers are perfectly tenderized. Possibly because the pummeling you delivered. Oh, that's some good bear right there. I've heard it said that you are what you eat. That's... God, I hope not. Think about that for a second. Real quick. You are what you eat. Okay, so whatever you ate today, that's what you are. What does that make you? I'll tell you what that makes me. That makes you a salad. I am now a bunch of lettuce. Ursius is the largest bear in Winterspring. He eats first when his pack of Shardtooth brings down a chimera or an owlbear. He claims the most comfortable cave, and he has considerable influence in the Shardtooth females. He's my kind of bear. I want to eat him. Yep, I am green and crunchy. Cool. Oh, nice, Glutton. Plus enough owls to sell for a month, friend. I gotta hand it to you. Local legends tell of a mighty owl that circles the mountaintops like death on wings. They named her Deathwing. Shortly after that, they were told the name was already taken, so they settled on the moniker that evoked a similar sense of horror and dread. Hellhoot. Hellhoot can be found on top of the mountain. Oh, sorry. H-E double hockey sticks hoot. Or Heckhoot, if you prefer. Heckhoot can be found on top of the mountain to the southwest of the smoking pit. Silence her infernal nocturnal so we can eat her. Okay. Alright. So let's turn in Heckhoot, whatever his stupid name is.
Hey there.
Hellhoot is slain and her meat is just as succulent as you'd expect. Today we eat a legend. Thanks.
See you around.
Alright, so let's turn in the other one. I'm going to read this out loud, but I'm going to give you a bit of a warning. That if you are eating right now, don't listen to this part.
What's your story?
Ursius is not delicious. He tastes like a combination of pine cones and curdled milk, only oilier. Are you sure this is Ursius? The big bear in the cave. This is horrible. It tastes like this meat has been steeped in urine. I don't feel like I'm getting any stronger. It's really bad. You want to try some? No, I'm good, thanks.
Long live Greymane.
I'm so glad we killed that bear to not eat it. Something about the way he described that has always stuck with me. Urine-soaked pine cone oil. Picture that. Go ahead. Really picture that in your head. Like, just picture the scent of pine cone. And once you've got that, you've got the taste of pine cone. Then urine, okay, you got, again, scent, taste, we're good there. And it's all oily. Not greasy, like oily, like someone has just smeared Vaseline on it.
Feel free to browse. Good luck, friend.
Yes? What can I do for you?
You're the druid, yes? Good, you will serve well. I require the aid of a druid such as you.
Be careful out there.
We'll come back here a lot later. We, the Blue Dragons, have been forced out of our home, Mazthril. We were kind of here in vanilla, but honestly, there was only like 2 quests that went in here, and they kind of chopped off early. Anyways, an imposter by the name of Umbrance has taken advantage of us in our weakened hour and now occupies the cave. Mazthril is a place of extremely potent magic. He does not know how to wield it. Even the wildlife is suffering. The beasts nearby have been altered. Please, gather their brains. You... what?
Thank you for your input.
Also, ignore the fact that she has a custom voice actress. That is not indicative of anything. Don't read too much into it. Alright, time to play some... well, hang on a second. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of these altered beasts here. So let's go ahead and try to rip out these altered beasts' brains by fighting the altered beast. Nobody in chat is going to get this reference. I've never beaten Altered Beast either. I should do that some year. Just to say I've done it. I actually picked up the wrong song, too. I meant this one. There it is. It's okay. I actually have a list of games I want to review, more or less purely for the sake of doing so. For historical reasons or whatever. I'm pretty sure Altered Beast is actually on that list, so don't worry about it. I'll get there. I have a gargantuan bank of dealer's choice that some year I'll be able to actually start using. I actually very foolishly spent some time this week, just while I was hanging out with a friend of mine, debating which groups of games I wanted to kind of focus on first. Then I updated the sheet and, like, what, 3 games got funded? The queue is never ending. The queue is never the end, 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 is never the end. Yeah. If only I had a website, Luke. Alas, that is the crazed ramblings of a madman. I'm going to be extremely honest about this. There are a couple points in my life where I've considered doing that, Yura. I never have, not once. But I have thought about it.
What is it?
Mazthril belongs to the Blue Dragonflight. This is not right.
Safe travels, my dear.
Let's see what I can do with these. Yeah, exactly, you're that.
Thank you for your input.
What a shame. Whatever Umbrance has been doing, he's prevented me from undoing his magic. He's wiser than I anticipated. I do, however, have a backup plan. I have seen Albeasts enter and leave, even after Umbrance took control. Their ancient druidic magic must be capable of disabling Umbrances. Luckily, I happen to be somewhat of an expert in their methods. Travel south, you'll find a chest with a dream catcher. That'll be our first step.
Be careful out there.
Look, Kuthor, all I'm saying is... Stab, stab, stab. Ooh. Don't mind me. And I'm out. Druid, ladies and gentlemen. Good, it's just as Jaren described. The Albeast sacred caves are located to the east. Within several of these caves, you should find totems. want you to approach the totems and gather whatever essence you can from them. The Dreamcatcher should absorb this for use in Maztharo. Okay, I can do that. Yeah. You okay there, dude?
Strength and honor.
What happened to me, you ask? Listen, well, for my tale is one of tragedy. I was sent here to Owlwing Thicket to find some relics. I only made it this far before I was overwhelmed by a flurry of wings and talons. How they roared and pecked. Now I lay here, a broken orc with nothing but vengeance on my mind. Please, if you have any sense of honor, help me regain mine.
Go with honor.
Actually, no, I cannot, J. Palmer. Does it play in-game, like, game music from the game, Huthor? I know you can play sound files in the game. I actually used to have an add-on that did exactly that. Now there's an amazing skybox. Look at that thing. Ugh. I also find it funny that Loke, you know, has another method to see what games got updated. Which Dragon Player got there first. I think that is when they started doing that era, because Wrath has that too. The electric ball, what do you say? Ah! It's coming right for us! No, no, no. We already beat the Super Titan back in Shadowlands, remember? I don't know. It's nice having nobody be able to see me. Bree. Bree! Oh, wow. We've won up the Titans a third time? Alright. What is Shadowland? A miserable little pile of bad writing. And what might actually be the worst zone in the game. I'm really curious if it is. I'm really curious. Like, because at this point, it is either Blade's Edge or Kurthia. That's the competition. Damn it. Oh, whoops. Did I not? That's weird. That's really weird, actually. Oh well. Yeah, we'll see. I'm trying not to prejudge too much. It will amuse me, I will admit, if we have already peaked on worst zone, though. Yeah, it reminds me of that age-old excuse. It's supposed to be bad because it's such and such. And it's like, yeah, but whatever your excuse is, that still makes it bad, right? Like, that's you doing? We need the essence. You... Okay. The Dreamcatcher is charged. We're nearly ready to retake Mazthrill. I don't want our gambling to fail. Such a failure would only draw attention to our efforts, giving Umbrance an opportunity to hone his defenses. We have to do this right the first time. The Frost Whisper Gorge to the south provides us access to powerful ice elementals. The water within these should amplify the powers of your Dreamcatcher. Obtain this water for me. The Antoran Waste, I don't think I'm going to agree with that personally. But we'll see when we get there. I will admit, part of the problem with the Antoran Waste is there's not a lot of real content there. It's mostly just world quests, and of course just getting to point A and point B for a couple of things. By contrast, there's a bunch of content up here. Like that one. And several things happen down here, too. We'll see.
Loktar!
Honor's restored. Partially. My tale continues, for I have left portions of my honor elsewhere in this forest. It has not been an easy journey for me.
Go forth to victory!
My mysterious benefactors gave me more than one task. The second task took me farther south to the Frost Whisper Gorge. I was surprised to learn the gorge's bridge has been broken in two, preventing travel to Hyjal early. In addition, the juvenile Frostball tumblers were separated from their stronger adult parents. I thought I could defeat them in battle. I was incorrect. I was forced to run away in shame.
Strength. Dabu.
The Frostball giants wouldn't have been a problem enough for that damn Frosticleus. When the ground shook under the bridge broke, he and his fellow water elementals seeped out of the earth and took over the bottom of the Frost Whisper Gorge, forcing the giants out. Damn you, Frosticleus. Frostilicus? Whatever, I don't even care. You would do great honor if you would send him into the ground.
Go forth
Okay.
to victory.
Yeah. Is there an explanation for why Winterspring is so pink? Because of Hoth. On the off chance you weren't there, anybody wasn't there, don't go watch my part of the Tour review where we covered Hoth. Because Hoth was literally physically painful to look at. It was the worst combinations of bad lighting, bloom, and pure white. It was accurately recreating the effect of being snowblind in the game. And that is not really an exaggeration. We don't have a lot of frozen zones, really, in this game, do we? Like, there's Dragonblight. Hang on, Winterspring, Dunmarogue, Dragonblight. I guess Storm Peaks, yeah. That feels weird to call Storm Peaks a frozen zone, considering. It's like calling Ice Crown a frozen zone. It's technically true, but like, There's a small portion of the Azure Span. Hey, look, it's the Lorax. Yeah, as I say, there's small portions here and there of some zones, but, like, I think I just listed the only 3 true snowy zones. Dragonblight, Dunmerog, and Winterspring. Which is funny, because we only have, like, 3 snowy zones, 2 deserts, and then there's 15 badlands and 87 forests. Okay, I'm exaggerating slightly, but they really tend to lean into that. Oh, you're right, Frostfire. Okay, Frostfire wins. Frostfire is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, people think I'm joking when I call Draenor a death world. People are wrong. Whoa there, guys. Oh yeah, Carrick is definitely a death world. Although what's interesting is if you really delve into the lore, it's kind of debatable how much it was a death world when they arrived. Like, it was definitely one of those situations that was escalating. I suppose that's normal, though, isn't it? Anybody who knows more about planetary biomes could probably answer that better than me, but I feel like I've read somewhere that desert-y worlds tend to naturally follow desertification over time.
Strength.
Be glad the adult-sized giants are trapped on the other side of the gorge. They are far hardier than these tumblers. I feel rejuvenated by your courage. Perhaps hope is not lost after all.
Dabu.
If I survive my wounds, I'll always remember your name. Whenever the wind whistles through the trees, I will always hear your name. Uh-huh.
For the Horde.
You're welcome, dude. Freaking weirdo.
Greetings. Did you need something? Safe travels, my dear. Thank you for your input.
Maztharil's innate magic can wreak unimaginable havoc if mishandled. Umbrance's wanton casting within the cavern has opened up a number of tesseracts, in other words, portals, connecting to other worlds. If I'm to return to Maztharil, these tesseracts must be closed. The Dreamcatcher will close the portals, buying you safe entrance. First, defeat whatever comes out of it, and then use the Dreamcatcher to close it.
Safe travels, my dear.
Umbrance lurks at the back of Maztharil. His time has come. Unfortunately, I am unable to join you on this quest. While I'd love to get my hands on that snake, Maztharil's magic would rip me apart. No, I need you to finish this for me. When the deed is done, use this charm. It'll return you to this safely.
Be careful out there.
To safety, excuse me. In terms of pure aesthetics, for me, it's actually really easy. It's the dream. Like, it's not even close for me. And I think that's just such an immediate, holy crap, like the way that zone caught me is my immediate answer. But I do have to admit, in the interest of honesty, that answer has been changed pretty much every single expansion. No, go ahead, you get it. Oh yeah, Undermine is going to be weird to review. I look forward to it. That's true, Fife. I will be honest, though. There is another zone that might beat the Dream in terms of sheer visuals and audio aesthetic. And that is the 4th zone of War Within. Oh, yeah, I did look. I'm still chewing on it. Favorite death rolled in fiction. This guy was a quest giver back in vanilla, by the way. He was like, hey, turn in these artifacts to me. And I'm like, okay, sure. All these dragon essence I've been collecting. The power. It's exhilarating. You can't take it from me. Not now. Not ever. Yeah, you're dead, dude. Goodbye.
Yes? What can I do for you?
It'll take some time for Mesrel to recover. Yeah, let's see. How long is it to Dragonflight from this expansion? But it will.
Thank you for your input. Be careful out there.
And that's Winterspring. Yep, that's everything. That's a sweep. Alright, let's look at our notes, shall we? Oh, yeah. Hang on. That's actually Kalimdor. Which means, if there's one thing I really want, it's pine cones soaked in urine, covered in oil. Oh, yeah. That's our victory meal right there. Well, you see, I had a deadly and terrible accident with this horrific creature called a kitten. Some say they're still out there, mocking me to this very day. No, he was just a crazy mage who really liked artifacts and was collecting dragon essences back in vanilla. Is it the pit down below, Huthor? Out of curiosity. Yeah, I don't actually blame you on that one. Would you believe it didn't bother me? See you around, Logue. No judgment. It's just I was surprised. I was like, I'm fine with this. Okay. Oh know, I know. Alright, just for curiosity's sake. What do y'all think the pluses and minuses are just for Kalimdor so far? Because that's all we've covered. I guess I could turn my camera back on. I guess. Ugh. Fine. I am here. My ugly, ugly self. Oh, we gotta decide about visuals. What do you think about the brickwork of Winterspring? No, we haven't done the dungeon thing yet, and I'm not going to for a minute. I am going to. Especially if the tendency holds true. I really want to see what a good dungeon holds up like under the current scaling. And that's going to be Shadowfang Keep. I think it might be positive worthy. Again, this is kind of an insult by WoW standards. But one positive to story feels about right for this place. It is good. There's Nigel. Yeah, I think I agree. Let's do one. Boop. Yeah, it's not ugly. And there's some good detailing and good tree placement. Good usage of the snow. They do this thing which helps flesh it out, which a lot of people don't understand. They do this thing on the sides, right here, to make it so that the snow isn't completely covering everything. A lot of games don't understand this concept. So they'll just have, like, a hill that's all snow texture, right? And so you just look up and down the hill, and all you see is this, right? So, smarter usage of terrain painting there. Or vertex painting. I don't know terminology. Don't look at me. So you can't get to the other side without flying, but if you happen to have flying, this actually is Hyjal. Or rather, leads up to Hyjal. Whoop, 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 whoop. This should look familiar to anybody who's done Hyjal right here. But we'll consider this a teaser for later. Oh yeah, I'm not Horde. I was just flying home, which of course means Orgrimmar. As if it would mean anything else. I never changed my heart from Lordino. Wow. What's really funny is that means I could go straight to Belemeth if I wanted to. Why would you be pissed at Belemeth? What possible downside is there from Belemeth existing? Nope, Teldrassil looks fine to me. I don't know what you're talking about, Jay Palmer.
Shop, browse, smell.
There we go. I have graduated to raid gear.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
Behold my power and despair. I will destroy all who threaten these lands. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Uthor. Alright, go and scooch in here.
Feel free to browse.
Put all this crap out.
Asha Fela.
I can't even imagine how soul-crushing it would feel to write for an audience as stupid as the average WoW player. I'd say no offense, but nobody watching this is a typical WoW player, so I don't need to say that. Thank you, Zeiss, as always. Give me a second here. I will put that towards Horizon Zero Dawn. Cyberpunk. And... is that 1 or 2, Zeiss? You know what? I don't actually like this all this much of my character. The shoulders and the hood look wrong for me. But did I not say... oh, God. Horizon Forbidden West. 2. Got it. So let's change this terrible, terrible outfit into something a little more night elfy. There we go. Now that looks like a druid right there. No, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Druid maintained. Druid. No, do I have anything druidy? Oh, there you go. Druid form engaged. Hell yeah, brother. Druid? Druid. Oh no, there we go. Here's... anyways.
To all friends of the Grummels.
There we go. Let's just fix that. There we go, that works.
May your feet find good friends.
And we'll just park over here in case we ever need this character again for this run. I do plan to level this to 80 at some point. That's not too bad. I like that outfit. But, right. So, Kata. Let's do a bit of a wrap of Kata here. Or rather, Kalimdor Kata. Ooh. I do apologize for the many interruptions I've been having for the last week, including losing an entire day. Thanks, WoW! Just double checking something. Yep, we're doing Tears Fall next. No, we're going to do the guessing game for all of Kata, but I just thought it'd look. So, let's double check here, shall we? Let's just glance down here. So that is, for zones, just for zones, that is a net plus 110? That doesn't look right. Hang on, 32? Right, 32? No, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Plus 110 to story for Kalimdor. And plus 157 to gameplay. Let's get a nice shot here. A lot of cool stuff there, actually. Let's break that down a little bit. On the story axis, 20 of those stories were just for, like, zone stuff, which is kind of the catch-all, if I'm being honest. 38 positives for MSQ, because it's Kalimdor, of course. 2 for Prime Opt, 9 for secondary, 33 for visual. That's actually higher than I thought, to be quite honest with you. And 8 for audio. The gameplay side of things, we had a net 0 for secondary quests. Thanks for that. Plus 5 for Prime Opt quests. Plus 25 for MSQ quests. And plus 17 for general zone design, overworld flow, guidance, stuff like that. Now let's look at the individual zones. Let's line these up here. So the best story zone we had, total, net, was South Barrens. Just barely, but it did eke it out. That doesn't surprise me at all. South Barrens was just such a home run from the narrative axis. So, yeah, that tracks. To break that down even further, hang on. Let me actually approach this way. So it goes South Barrens, then Gilneas. That doesn't surprise me. Then Kazan. And then And then it drops down a lot, so we'll just stop there. The most zone positives we got was for Gilneas. The most MSQ positives we got was for South Barrens. No shock there. Most visual positives for these zones. As you might imagine, there really weren't a lot for the Kata zones, because most of it's just vanilla stuff. But Kazan, which doesn't surprise me at all. Kazan just was knocking it out of the park on the visual aspect. And the most music is actually Teldrassil. Go figure. Gameplay. I won't break this down quite as much because there's not as much to talk about here. But the best gameplay we have looks like Lost Isles, actually, which tracks. The Goblins' quests in the Lost Isles are really, really good, weirdly good, and still hold up to this day. Immediately after Lost Isles is Gilneas, followed by Kazan. So, you know, all the new stuff. However, and this is what surprised me, gameplay-wise, after those heavy hitters, the two that tied for the best overall gameplay of the Kalimdor zones are Thousand Needles and Fellwood, neither of which I would have called until we went back through them, but damned if both zones didn't just kind of nail it. No. My Zadrid would never actually go back to Teldrassil. She hates that place. You kidding me? I'm not even saying that because of foreknowledge. Knowledge. That really is true. But no, but I have been talking about the bests. So the worst zone is Dustwallow. Of course it is. Of course it is. So let's skip past that. Dustwallow is the worst total. Dustwallow is the worst story. Dustwallow is the worst gameplay. So let's cover the second worsts, okay? In each of these categories. So the second worst zone overall was Silithus, which I stand behind completely. That's just, it's Silithus. I don't know what to add to that. Deadwind Pass is not in Kalimdor. You like Dustwallow. Okay, hang on. J. Palmer, I need you to come out back from me real quick. Okay. Just okay, so, our second worst zone was Silithus overall. Our second worst zone gameplay-wise was actually Ashenvale, which tracks. And our second worst story zone looks like that's actually the North Barrens, which I wouldn't predict because I remember the North Barrens fondly. But again, that's because I very specifically tend to do just the MSQ, which is just like that. And that's it, right? We have not... North Barrens was just kind of boring, other than the initial cool stuff. And most of that just bleeds right into Ashenvale. So yeah, that tracks. And overall, that's our zones. And now, obviously, none of this counts the new stuff. I know that technically, Hyjal and Oldham are part of Kalimdor, but for all intents and purposes, they're not part of the New World. That's why we use that distinction. There's Old World and there's New World. New World is all the vanilla zones that were redone. Oldham wasn't in the Old World. So, it is not part of these considerations. How did Desolus score? Desolus was better than I thought it would be, which isn't saying much, admittedly. It was a net +2 to story and a net 0, and that is a plus and a minus for the gameplay, leaving it with a total score of +2. That does put it at the tied for third worst zone. Can you guess the other one? So, okay, Dustwallow Marsh was worst, then Silithus, and then Desolus is tied for third. What do you think the other one is that tied for third? For third worst. That's right, it's North Barrens. North Barrens just... I don't know what they were thinking with North Barrens. That was just... It felt a lot like the original Barrens. God. I'm sorry. Okay, hang on. I need to pull this on screen. You need to see this. South Barrens is one of the best zones in the game. It absolutely knocked it out of the park. It was only beaten by Gilneas, Kazan, and Lost Isles. So South Barrens is the best New World zone. It is the best revamped zone, so far. We'll see if anything in East Kingdoms beats that. One moment, I need to set this up correctly. One moment, please. That'll do. So, just so you could see this, right? So here's where I'm keeping track of this. And as you can see, a lot of teal, right? A lot of blue. Blue is good. Red is bad. Very, very simple. So you can kind of see how a lot of that lines up and how a lot of it, you know, works out and blah, 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 blah. That's fine, and that's cool. And, well, there was some slog here and there, and there's some bad stuff. Looking at you as well. Most of this was just whatever. Here's Wrath. Wrath has a little bit more of a spread between the two colors there. Hang on. Here's BC at the top. Yeah. Moving on. Tomorrow we'll start off Tirisfal. That should be a fun one. See you there, guys.